You finally did it. You listened to the fans, Marvel. Not to say that they haven't before. Marvel has listened to the fans, and I mean that's how they've lasted this long. But we were at a low point, guys. We were in a lull of Marvel films with a few highlights here and there. Well, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, Spider-Man No Way Home, maybe a few others. But nothing was capturing that magic, right? Nothing was capturing that Infinity War, Endgame magic. Even before that, Civil War energy. Like, Marvel was at a peak at some point, and then it dropped down. But Deadpool and Wolverine brings it back up. I don't even know how else to say it. I mentioned it in the show, on a show I guest starred on earlier this week with Stevie, who I actually saw the movie with today, from Superhero Cuts. Shout out to Superhero Cuts. Thanks for having me on your show. You guys can check out their stuff, link down below. They're much more successful than me right now. They've been consistent for about 3 years, so shout out to them. Hopefully, praying that I can build my channel up to where they are at. But yeah, guys, I saw the movie. It's fantastic. I was saying it in a out of theater video review with Stevie. I'll put it right here.
Green. Ethan, how do you feel about it?
10 out of 10. DS out of DS. Whatever other language is a 10, out of another. El Tenno out of El Tenno. 10 out of 10. I'm just going to say it. Like, I don't care what people think. People are trying to be reserved about it. 9 out of 10. I was thoroughly entertained from the start of this film to the finish. There's no point, like, for me, one of my biggest pet peeves is when a film just feels like it's dragging to a point. Not once did I feel like this film dragged. Like, everything, every scene mattered. There was so many emotional moments that, I was expecting it because that final trailer showed us that this is going to be a pretty emotional film, but there was a lot of layers, man, to Deadpool and Wolverine in this, and to a lot of other characters, and it was just so well done with the story. Everything made sense for the story, with maybe one or two little things that it's one of those things where you just gotta turn your brain off. Like, I was just trying to hear out the guys that I was with, and I could agree maybe there was one or two inconsistencies in the film, but besides that, this film delivers on everything, in my opinion. Cameos were awesome. There were some that were rumored that came true, some that were not rumored that came true. I thought it was crazy. And when the cameo showed up, you almost just don't believe it. You're like, there's no way X person is here, right? There's no way this person, X person, that wasn't like an intentional joke. Like, but yeah, there's no way that this person is here right now with these other people. Like, it felt like a massive crossover event. Arguably, this was the multiverse of madness we needed in Doctor Strange. This film brought in characters that were crazy, and it showed variants of other characters that were even crazier. And it's just fan service left and right, but fan service done correctly. It's just, it's like Ryan, Hugh, and Sean. Like, you could see in this movie that it was just a group of friends and people that cared about these characters that came together and put together a movie for the fans, for the audience, and they knew it was just going to knock it out the park. Like, you can just see the chemistry you can see the chemistry on the movie. There was chemistry on set, and it just works, man. When you put a lot of people that can work good together, that are good friends, this is the product we get. A film that is taken care of, a film where everyone behind the scenes cares about it. Now, of course, not to say, because I have my fair share of behind the scenes stuff and projects. No one wants to make a bad film. I know that. And a lot of the past Marvel films just haven't been hitting. And I don't know how to kind of see that with those, but all I'm saying is this film was taken care of, and it shows on screen. Again, the action is fan-freaking-tastic. The sound, I'm a sucker for soundtracks, and that playlist that they actually released earlier than when the film came out, that's been my personality for about the past week or so. Just listening to that and actually trying to brainstorm, like, I wonder what like context this has in the scene and stuff like that. And then when it showed up in the movie, I was just like, no, that's perfect. Yeah, this makes perfect sense. Again, soundtrack was great. Action scenes fantastic. Yeah, again, I don't know if I mentioned this, but not one slow lull, like where things felt dragging. Again, that's a pet peeve of mine, where if things are dragging, I get kind of pulled out of it. But even the slow scenes in this film, everything made sense. Characters interacting with other characters, everything was hilarious. The fourth wall breaks were perfect. There was a Disney joke in there that Ryan Reynolds added. That was a fourth wall break that had me cracking up. But that's just one of the hundreds of jokes that they put in this film that had me dying. But again, just as much as it was funny, it was emotional. And that's a great combination, is when you can bring the comedy, bring the emotions, and just put it together in one film. The Deadpool and Wolverine dynamic is exactly what we want it to be. It's exactly like in the old road trip films, like Hugh has been saying. I thought he's just saying it to say it, who knows, but planes, trains, and automobiles, all that kind of stuff, like road trip style, buddy cop film, like one serious guy, one comedic guy. It comes together perfectly. Go see it. All right, if you're like considering, like, I don't know, go see Deadpool and Wolverine. It's fantastic. From Ethan Hahn Movie News, 10 out of 10. This movie is fantastic. Don't walk, as they say. Run to see this film. Go out there, check this film out. Look, see it soon too, man. Spoilers are going to be dropping. I'm going to be dropping my spoiler review over the weekend, but it's going to be a busy week because with Comic-Con coming out. And we'll see what's going to happen. But a lot of exciting stuff coming. It's a good time to be a superhero fan, everybody. Again, Marvel's picking their pace back up. James Gunn with the DCU is, in my opinion, things are looking good from the set photos. I'm a big Superman fan. But again, it's just a good time to be a superhero fan. My theater was giving out this popcorn bucket. I went to the Cinemark, and then they had this one. Stevie had his wife go out and get the other one that is going viral as well at the AMC theaters. So super exciting stuff. Hopefully you guys can get one at your theater. But that's my, what are we at, like 7 minutes, I think? Look, that's my non-spoiler review. I don't want to make this go too long. Listen, this film was great. 10 out of 10 again. Everything was fantastic about it. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you, Hugh. Thank you, Sean Levy. And thank you, Kevin Feige, for they did it, guys. They brought them together. And listen, all I needed to see was Wolverine in the yellow suit. They didn't even need to drop other trailers. Like seeing Hugh Jackman in the yellow suit, that was sold. So there you go, guys. 10 out of 10 Ethans. Boom, right there. Go check out the film. And the spoiler review will be dropping. Hopefully this was a good non-spoiler review. Let me know if it wasn't. If it was kind of like, oh no, tell us a little more. But I'm just here to tell you how I felt and just a few other things, because my spoiler review is going to have a lot more talking in it. All right, well, hey, thanks again. Subscribe, and always remember, I don't have an outro for these things. Hey, guys, thanks again for listening to Ethan Hahn Movie News. That's a pretty good one.